welcome to Respect is Growing. My name is Vanessa. If you've not been here before, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be talking about how we save $8,000 at minimum throughout the entire year in 7 sections.
And that's being, again, minimum because some people spend double or triple that.
That's right. Everything is going to be catered to you when it comes to your budget, so your numbers are going to be slightly different than ours. We have decided on 7 areas specifically where we save money, and that's what we're going to share with you today. And again, if you haven't been here before, you're not going to recognize this man beside me. This is my husband, Ronald.
Hey guys.
Normally he's on his own channel, but sometimes we like to cross over and I'm on his and vice versa. So today is one of those days. So now it's also sort of a fun topic, or at least fun for us. We like to do these types of things.
Yeah. And
it's about budgeting and specifically how we save money throughout the year.
Ooh, the dreaded topics. You talk about budgeting. Some people don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear the truth.
It's not fun, because obviously it's more fun to just go and spend and not think about the consequences. I mean, we say that fully aware of those that event. You know, we're like no everybody else. We want to go out to dinner and we want to go have fun and do different things. But when you have responsibilities, that's not always the case.
Unfortunately not. I don't know why.
We are homeowners and we're also parents, so we have to think about the future long term, if you will. So that's even how we got to being a homeowner and being a parent, by thinking long term.
Yeah.
That's one of those hidden secrets, you know?
And by kind of like say, as they say, stretching the penny.
That's right. So we'll be talking about specifically 7 areas where we cut back and save money throughout the year. If you see me looking down, it's just because I'm looking at the notes that we've made. I want to make sure to give you the right information with the correct figures. First area, big area for most people, are taxes. How we save money on our taxes is that we do them ourselves.
Yeah.
So our friend Google told us that the average cost is $273 if you were to go to a professional person.
Yeah. And
that's fine, especially if your taxes are really complicated. That makes sense. That investment will help you go further with certain things, right?
Yeah.
But being just us and we don't have a complicated financial portfolio, in the end we pay roughly $100 to do our joint taxes. Second area, big area, especially if you're a female or somebody who does a lot of treatments with your hair, is your haircuts and your hair maintenance. So, because we'll start with me because I'm more expensive. I would be more expensive if I went to a hair salon. Ronald, as you know from a variety of our videos, cuts my hair.
Look at all that, yeah.
And I happen to love what he does. We use YouTube videos, specifically the ones put out by hairstylists. So not just somebody else doing their own hair at home.
Right.
People who are trained and know what they're doing. On the flip side to that, we also invested in all the tools that you need. Yes. So we have a cape, we have the proper scissors, and we have the clips and everything else that you would need to cut your hair. Ronald also goes ahead and does this too. And for Christmas, he was gifted a whole set of razors and everything else that he would need.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, he keeps it pretty simple for his hair.
Yeah.
Now, prices. I was very conservative with what I would be paying if I went to somewhere else. Because I'm not the type, I don't go and get highlights or any special treatments on my hair. And I know if you do, things can get very expensive. But nonetheless, we took an average of $80 per visit. Now, I wouldn't go every month, but even if I were to go 6 times in the year, that still adds up to $480. And again, I know this could be a lot higher. Again, we're talking about minimums here.
Yeah, that's you just a cut, wash and cut and all.
And I used to, this is a very real number because I used to pay about $80 just to get my hair washed, styled, and cut and then styled.
That's minus leaving the tip, right?
And sometimes that didn't include the tip. That's right. Ronald, of course, pays less because men seem to pay less when they go get their hair done. Don't ask me why. And that would be about $25 for him. He would, however, go twice a month.
Yeah.
That would be his timeline. That's $50 a month, and in the end, that would be $600 in a whole year.
Yeah.
So by doing everything we need to at home, we save ourselves a combined total of $1,080. So now, kids cost money. There's no way around that. Of course, we love them, and we would not wish our life without Liam. But kids cost money, and they also need clothes. So children's clothes can add up.
Yeah.
And we told ourselves, even before we knew for sure we were pregnant with Liam, we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to go into a store and spend thousands of dollars on clothes. We've been very fortunate through family and friends, and also just our own ingenuity to not do that. So we're very happy about that. Secondhand, in this case, is best. You can go on Facebook Marketplace. You can save a lot of money because people, especially if they're done having children, they sell bundles of clothes.
Yeah.
And we've done that now how many times?
So many times. But you buy like say a bag of 80 pieces for only like 20 or 30 bucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And depending on the age of your child, there's sometimes no wear or there's minimal wear. So if you can tell if something's been really loved and worn a lot by that child, but you can also tell if something's never or rarely been put on. And all you have to do, yes, I realize it's COVID times, but all we do is we put our setting to like extra hot on our washer, do that one wash, and then everything is fine.
Yeah.
Everything, we just wash it like normal after. Now this is a really big topic here. It would be do-it-yourself projects and also repairs. Now, like we said, we're homeowners. What comes with a home sometimes is repairs. Also, just so you guys know, Ronald, like I said, has his own YouTube channel, and a lot of what we're talking about right now, you can see in an actual video on his channel. We'll put the links as well for you to see. But he's personally fixed the turbine on our roof, the ventilation fan in our bathroom, because it was, long story short, we did hire some people to do it, but it was incorrectly installed.
Yeah.
And then Ronald had to do the fix himself.
And there it is. We spent money, but then we found out it wasn't done right, and then we had to do it again. We had to buy other things to do it again.
Also, we've done a lot of projects that we planned on when we first purchased our home, which is to relocate the deck we had already existing to a different location. Thankfully, my dad was here also to help Ronald with that project. Yeah. That it was a two-person job, clearly.
or more, but we
made it work.
The two of us made it work, so he really helped a lot.
Yes.
So.
I mean, my dad's a hard worker, so that's not a question. He likes it, actually. It helps him to feel like he's done something in a day, you know. But that alone would approximately be costing $800. Again, that's minimum. Plus anything, right?
You never know.
Labor, products that maybe they would have brought in. That's an unknown cost we can't foresee. But either way, it still saved us a lot of money.
All these are underestimated, really.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hand in hand with that, actually, because we relocated the deck, we also put a walkway. So again, if you hired a landscaping company,
oh boy,
it would have been a significant cost.
Yeah.
Furthermore, we didn't even have to buy any products for
the
walkway because our neighbor happened to be moving. They had surplus of a lot of materials, and honestly, we just made it work.
Yeah.
One thing you can say about this whole idea, even of just saving money and cutting back, is sometimes it's not going to be 100% of maybe what you would pick if you went to a store.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because the idea is that the project's still getting done and you're saving money. Another project specifically that Ronald did was unfortunately not put on video, but we needed to put a sump pump in our crawl space underneath the house.
Yeah. That would cost you a lot of money for sure, between buying the sump pumps. The sump pump, by the way, was bought by my in-law. Yeah, so it became to be cheaper, and I put it myself. Just bought whatever we needed. That was next to nothing. But it comes down to this. if you are fixing anything, or if you have bought anything, let's say you bought a microwave, maybe one of those microwaves you have to hang up somewhere, whatever, it's always gonna cost you double the amount you purchased. Typically, that's typically, if you, let's say you bought material for $400, you're most likely to spend another $800 or so for labor.
Labor is always more expensive, and that we're not trying to say that these people don't deserve that money.
Oh, no,
obviously
they do.
It's their time,
because they work hard. Yeah,
it's their energy.
Yeah,
of course they deserve it, that's not the problem. But whether or not we need to outsource it is the question. The sump pump, that would approximately be about $1,200.
yeah.
Again, that's a savings for us. A very popular video actually on Ronald's channel is how it was a quick, simple fix on our garage door.
Yeah. So, so typically when it comes to garages, you typically have access to it from inside the house, a door which connects the garage to the house itself. But ours, for some reason, we don't know why, it doesn't connect. No. So, which means we can't open, let's say when we didn't have power, we had a problem, the car was inside, we couldn't go open the garage door except by using the remote. Mm-hmm. So, that's why we end up buying that simple quick fix of getting a lock and then putting it on so that you can actually unlock your garage whenever you want without actually using power.
And that way we could leave the house if there was an outage for too long term of a timeline.
Yes.
And we needed to maybe go to a hotel or who knows what, right? So now we're talking about some extra inside house things. So when we first moved in, there was no range above the stove.
Yeah.
And that was a project that Ronald and I took upon ourselves because the install, to be honest, wasn't that difficult. Yeah. And that was a good project to do. And we also needed, it's very important to note, you should have a range over your stove. And it was something that the house inspector told us should get done as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We've noticed a big change too after having it because that smoke and everything needs to get taken away. That alone would at minimum be $450. So again, doing that ourselves, we saved about $450. This is a video actually on both of our channels. We did this last summer. We were really lacking storage in our house. So we needed to think of something to do for that. What came to mind was a storage bed. So now my first thought was, let's check out IKEA because they're usually reasonable in prices. Mm-hmm. Their storage beds, especially the style that you're seeing here, is about $600. And while we could theoretically have gone and bought something, we knew we could do it for cheaper if we built it. Yeah. So in both of those videos, that's what we did. And Ronald, you see the behind the scenes of it actually being built. I helped him out, of course. And then in mine, you see us actually filling it and styling the room around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was $150, aside from our time, of course. But that was just the materials, and we already had the stain, so we didn't even have to buy that.
Yeah.
From another project that we did in the house. And that's just one other way, you get exactly what you want when you build it yourself.
Even better sometimes.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Because your budget is limited if you're trying to buy something brand new. Mm. But you're building it on your own, you can be, first of all, a little bit more creative, and you have more money to spend on it in theory. Mm-hmm. So this category can cover anything. It's second-hand items. Mm-hmm. So it all just depends on what you might need in your home or for your life in general. And we've bought toys secondhand, we've bought games as well, just for us as adults to play with. Like household things. Over the years we have bought, even this bed that we're sitting on, this bed frame was bought secondhand. Yeah. At the time we had matching nightstands as well. We've since actually sold those because when we moved into this house they were too big for this room. Yeah. But we still are using the bed and we're happy with it.
And I end up making some, as you guys can see, these ones right here, we end up making those.
That's right. Yeah, so because we were having a really hard time finding that size that we needed. Mm. It is a big room, don't get me wrong, but in terms of the width, the bed takes up quite a bit of room. Yeah. Our house is approximately 50 years old. We don't even know how old it is because They don't even know. So yeah, we have to work with what we have, and we happen to still love our home anyway. So this is just one more way. Secondhand is what we look at first, and then if we still can't find it, then we consider buying brand new. Our final topic is laundry, specifically dry cleaning. I happen to stay at home with our toddler, so my clothes need to be kind of tough and durable, and it's a totally different category of clothes. But Ronald works as a manager, so he needs to present himself in a certain way, and that means that we would, but we don't, have dry cleaning costs.
Yeah.
And he used to, actually, but I think the pandemic also helped to kind of kick that out of the way, and Ronald now takes care of it himself.
Yeah, and actually I have a full video on how I do my own dry cleaning.
And it's really simple. We use our own machine, and then he goes ahead and irons it exactly the way he likes, and you wouldn't even know the difference.
Exactly. So yeah, you can bring yours to me too, and I'll charge you a lot of money too.
There you go. Yeah, it's a side business now. Actually, you know what? We're going to touch on one other subject really quickly, and that would be eating out. So over our years of either living together or our marriage, we decided on a budget of $50 to eat out in a month. $50 for the entire month.
Oh, someone is like, what do you eat? What do you guys eat? Buy at Tim Hortons or something? Well, we have to hold back a little bit given the situation, you know, pandemic and all.
That's right.
She's at home, I'm working, you know how it is.
That's right.
You have to be careful with money.
And as I was saying at some point in this video, we do still like to treat ourselves. So yes. You can do it. I promise you, you can. We live this and we achieve it.
Actually, one of the so many ways, yes, we do have that $50 allotted, but also sometimes actually, say when you use your like credit card buying certain things or whatever, or maybe your bills, you get some points built up, so you can get some extra money off there. Also, we get cards of the name Eat Out.
That's
but
right.
Also we've gotten like say gift cards from like say our loved ones, which we use to also go eat out as well.
That's an excellent that's a good thing that you brought up, because we ask for gift cards as gifts when it's a birthday or Christmas, even especially, because that way we're getting exactly what we want later on. And I know some people have some strange feelings about gift cards, but we happen to look forward to them.
Yeah.
Especially we used to get them more regularly, but you know, the ultimate dining card, at least here in Canada, I'm not sure about anywhere else, where you can go to, I think it's about 10 or so places.
Yeah.
So you're not stuck to just one location. You get to pick where you want to eat, and then you can use the card as you please. That is just a few things or areas of our life that we have cut back on and save money on a regular basis with. What's more important is that you find something that works for you. So even in my previous budgeting videos, I've talked about this, where I say, you know, like, do what makes sense for you. So I happen to do like handwritten budgets, or going through receipts physically.
Yeah.
But if that's not your style, then go with your strengths. Otherwise, it's all great to have a book sitting on a counter, but if you don't touch it, it's not going to help you.
It's going to be useless.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we really hope this video helped you in a variety of ways. If it did, please leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. And thank you, Ronald, for joining me.
No problem.
If you're interested, you can always look at Ronald's videos. Many of the topics that we talked about today, you can actually see the videos on specifically his channel.
Right.
If you're more of a visual person, you can see how he has gone ahead and saved us that money, and continues to do that as well, because this is not done. We're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Before I forget though, please consider a like, share, and subscribe, and share this with anybody who might benefit.
Yeah, and check out my YouTube channel. It's called Cooking with Ronald.
So I hope you have a wonderful day or evening, and maybe I'll see you next time.
Bye guys. Yeah, Mama, this way?
Yeah.
Focus. Nah. Say husband. You can say I love you. then fill up with that.